Hey, what's going on everybody? This is Alan Anthony from Phone Tech at Work, and today we're going to do a video of the basic camera settings with the Google Pixel 6a, and I actually will talk about Magic Eraser and about their new feature called Camouflage. So let's start the video. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Pow. Alright guys, so here we have the Google Pixel 6a. If you guys never had a Pixel device, or if you came from an iPhone and you never had an Android phone, this is basically the run through when it comes to camera settings on the Google Pixel devices, especially on this device right now, which is the Google Pixel 6a. So if you go into the little camera icon right there, you're going to show a whole bunch of different features here. So you basically can just run through them just with your finger, and you can go through all the different modes. So if you want to take a picture, you just have to hit that little camera, that little circle right there in the middle, and you could take a photo just like that. But if you do want to run through it from left to right, I can actually explain it to you just a little bit. So night sight is basically where you take a really dark low lit situation and you make the best out of it by using night sight. Night sight will basically, it's going to add more light to your photo, and it's going to try its best, and it's definitely going to do a way better job than on an iPhone and possibly on a Galaxy phone. This is one of the original ones. I know that there were other companies who started it, but this is really one of the top-notch ones. So you just hit that little moon, because basically night, and it will actually take a really nice photo for you. And as you can see from the left and the right there, it says 0.7 and 2. So if you hit that 0.7, it's going to activate a kind of a wide angle mode, and if you hit that 2 times, it'll activate the zoom. Pretty simple, and it does work for video, and it works for the regular camera as well. Portrait is basically going to be a zoomed in camera sensor, but it's going to blur out the background of an image. So if you have a person like Baby Yoda here or Grogu, you take a picture of them and it's going to blur out the background of the image that's around here. Now it's not really that good because my fingers in the way there, but you basically get the point. It's going to blur out the background color, and I do have black there, so that doesn't really help at all, but you get the gist of it. Camera, self-explanatory. This is the basic camera setting mode. This is where you take your pictures and where you go all out, just like so. And if you do want to take a selfie, you just have to hit that one to the left of the camera button, and it will actually flip the camera settings just like so. Very simple. And if you do want to see your gallery, you just have to hit that circle right there. For video mode, you could take a slow motion video. You could choose whether or not you want it to be for fast movements or for sports. And you could do time lapse, which is basically, it'll take a really long video and just speed it up really fast, and it's gonna look so cool. A whole bunch of vloggers uses that on YouTube. Pretty cool. Mode. So if you never heard of panorama, this is basically a really wide angle shot where you basically have to take multiple photos, and it's gonna basically connect them all together. Photosphere is very similar, but it's not a wide angle photo. It's just basically as large as you want it to be. It could be the size of a movie screen if you wanted to. Lens is basically where it actually uses the camera sensor just to find something. So if you hit that search button, it'll show you homework, it'll show you shopping, where to buy one, and all that different stuff. We could also use that for Grogu. Let's see what happens here. So if you tap Grogu, it's going to check it out, and it's going to show a whole bunch of different options where to buy them and what exactly it is. So very simple, and it does actually have the one that I actually got right there. Pretty cool. Google has a whole bunch of cool photos like that. Video, I ran through that, and I ran through lens. Now let's go into the actual settings itself, if you guys are curious. So if you want to use camera, you can adjust these settings so they're automatic, or if they're not automatic. Top shot, I could tell you what that means. When Top Shot is on. The Pixel includes a short video to capture more of the moment. Pixel will suggest frames that are worth saving. You can also select your favorite frame. So if you guys have an iPhone, or you had an iPhone, this is basically the same thing as Live Photo. Very similar to a GIF, but it's not a GIF. All right, and this is for the camera here. All right, this is for the camera. You can go into more settings as well. You could turn off the shutter. You could save your location and all that stuff. If you want to share it on social media, you could do that as well. You can add the the grid type. I already have that on. These are the only manual controls you could do: white balance and exposure. If you go into settings for the video, this is for the video itself. It'll show you what it could do. So it can do 4K 60 when it comes to video, but if you want the speech enhancement where it'll black out the background noise and just focus on the video, the highest you could do that is only for full HD 1080p 30 frames per second, but you can do 1080p 60, and you can do 4K 30 and 4K 60. There's no 4K 20 frames per second, which basically means that you'll get more quality in 4K 60 as well. So that's the definition of that. All right, so Magic Eraser. So very simple if you guys want to learn how to use this. So you basically take a photo and you just have to open the photo, and then you go into edit, and then it's actually going to showcase to you guys what you can erase from the photo in the background. So if you go into tools right there, you're going to see the option for Magic Eraser, and then you're going to see the option for camouflage plus Magic Eraser. So let's show you what the Magic Eraser can do. So if I just want to erase this person who's in the background, which in this case is Grogu, just have to highlight it just like so, and then it's going to erase it as much as possible. Sometimes you will have a little bit of a marking, so you just have to do it a certain way. And just be advised, this is a black table, so it's going to look like this. But if you're outside where there's a whole bunch of green skies, grass, you could definitely really showcase what this actually can do. Basically kind of like Photoshop, but camouflage, right? Let me show you camouflage. So camouflage will basically try to blend a subject. For instance, so if I want to focus on baby Grogu, and if I go to camouflage, and if I want to make this not so bright, because you know that the Google logo has a whole bunch of colors, it basically made it dark. It made it so this pops out way more, and as you can see, it made it a little bit dark. So for instance, if I just take another photo just like this, all right, let's put the green here, so just like that. All right, so if I go to this photo, go to edit, go to tools, Magic Eraser can take this out. One more time, I'll show you guys an example. Or we could do the camouflage where we could focus on just the baby Grogu, and we're going to make all this green go away and just make it so it's just focused on that main subject point, which would be baby Grogu. So you see what it did? It basically made it black and white. So just for instance, if you're outside and there's a big red fire hydrant that's in a way that is taken from that moment because it's so bright, you could use camouflage just to make it so it doesn't really stand out as much, and the focus is where you want it to be, which in this case would be baby Grogu. Alright guys, so if you guys like this video, if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. I try to run through it as much as I can because there's so many options when it comes to the Pixel, and I really love the phone so far. So if you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. If you guys like this video, hit it with a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And this is the selfie modes. I totally forgot to add that. You can adjust the size. You can add the face retouching as well. Man, there's so many options. If I left something out, let me know down in the comments below. Peace and love. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.